For Eric J on Sports, I'm Eric J, and this is what I think. The NBA, the sports world, and the world as a whole are saddened because of the news of the passing of NBA icon, basketball legend, and the man whose silhouette is on every NBA ball and on every NBA court and on everything associated with the National Basketball Association, Mr. Clutch himself, Jerry West. Jerry West passed away at the age of 86, and the world is just a little bit worse off by his passing. A lot of people have been talking about how great he was as a basketball player and how great he was as an executive and how great he was as a man, and all of it is rightfully justified. Jerry West played 14 years in the NBA and was selected to 14 All-Star teams. Jerry West was a 12-time All-NBA performer. Jerry West led the league in scoring once. He led the league in assists once. He won a championship as a player, going to 9 finals, but he just couldn't beat the Boston Celtics because they were Russell and Cousy Celtics, and the Lakers just couldn't get by them. And then as a general manager, he was a part of 5 championships with Magic Johnson, another championship with Kobe and Shaq, and then 2 more championships with Curry, Draymond, and Klay Thompson in Golden State. Jerry West helped put together what is now the championship caliber Memphis Grizzlies franchise, and he also helped orchestrate the deals that put Kawhi Leonard and Paul George together with the Los Angeles Clippers. Jerry West is one of the great basketball players and one of the great basketball minds the game has ever seen. But some of the things that Jerry West is known for, not a lot of people are aware of. Jerry West was the first player in the history of basketball to win the Most Outstanding Player award for the Final Four in the NCAA tournament, even though his team did not win the championship. He was the first player to be voted Most Outstanding Player of the Final Four, but his team did not win. His team lost in the finals. Before 1969, there was not an MVP award given for the NBA Finals. Truth is, if there had been, while everybody says that Michael Jordan is the greatest because he won 6 MVPs for 6 championships, the fact is Bill Russell would probably have won 7 or 8 if Cousy didn't win some of them during their 11 championships in 13 years. But in 1969, the last year that Bill Russell would win an NBA championship, the NBA announced that they were going to give away their first Finals MVP award. And that MVP award did not go to a member of the Boston Celtics. That MVP award was awarded to Jerry West, even though his team did not win the championship. He was voted Most Valuable Player in the NCAA Final Four and in the NBA Finals without even winning those respective titles. That's how great a basketball player Jerry West was. That's how great a performer he was on the court. I remember watching a rebroadcast of the 1972 NBA All-Star Game. Jerry West won the MVP in that game, and Bill Russell was an analyst doing commentary for that game. Jerry West was voted the Most Valuable Player, and the lead commentator announced how many points Jerry had and how many assists Jerry had, and announced that Jerry West had amassed 7 steals. And at the time, in 1972, steals was not a statistic that the NBA kept officially, just like blocked shots and just like sacks in football. So we don't really know how many shots Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell actually blocked. We don't really know how many quarterbacks Deacon Jones actually sacked. But when it was announced that Jerry West had stolen the ball 7 times in an All-Star game, analyst Bill Russell said 7, well, Jerry would get at least 10.5 against us in the finals. So it makes you wonder how great Jerry West was as a defensive player, even though it's well known that he was one of the great offensive players in the history of the game. Because if Bill Russell is saying, possibly facetiously, of course, that Jerry West used to amass at least 10 steals in games, possibly in halves, in the biggest moments in the NBA season, that means that Jerry West was quite the defensive player. He was called Mr. Clutch not just because he made big shots, but sometimes because he made big defensive plays. But today, in today's NBA, you're a great defensive player if you block 2 or 3 shots or if you get 2 or 3 steals. But in the days of Wilt and Russell and Jerry West, these guys were blocking 10 shots a game. These guys were stealing the ball 10 times a game. I remember hearing a story from a player for the Atlanta Hawks. He said he was playing against Bill Russell's Celtics, and Russell blocked his first 4 shots. And then the player said he missed his next 4 shots looking for Bill Russell. But today, if you block 3 shots, you're considered an all-defensive player and a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. But Bill Russell's blocking 4 shots inside of 5 minutes. Jerry West is stealing the ball 10 times in a half. So this is not a referendum on how much better players were in the 60s and 70s than they are today. It just goes to show that Jerry West was a great player. If he can be the MVP in a tournament that he loses, he's still the most outstanding player in the tournament. Or he can do things in an all-star game that guys can't even do in regular games, or he can do things in the NBA Finals that guys can't even do in regular games playing against subpar talent. That means that Jerry West was a great basketball player. So as we remember Jerry West the player, as we remember Jerry West the executive, as we remember Jerry West the man, know that as great as you think Jerry West is, as great as you come to know Jerry West is, as great as you believe Jerry West was as a basketball player, he was even better than that. Jerry West is one of the greatest basketball players to ever live. He's also one of the best executives in sports who has ever lived. And for those who knew Jerry West, I never met him personally myself, they have said he's one of the greatest men who have ever lived. And that's a great compliment when you can have all of those accolades, particularly the last one, because we all strive to be one of the greatest people that other people know. And Jerry West achieved it. So rest in peace, Mr. Clutch. God bless you. Condolences to your family. You will be sorely missed. Remember to like and share this video and subscribe to this channel, and visit the Eric J on Sports website, and follow me on Facebook at Eric J on Sports 1 and on Instagram and Twitter at Eric J on Sports. And for Eric J on Sports, I'm Eric J, and this is what I think.